Welcome to Moonshot Radio with your host, Dr. Nivea Torres.
Greetings and welcome to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, also known as KRC. Our vision is that all children in Indian River County will be ready for kindergarten. We proudly partner with the Moonshot Movement, who is transforming the next generation in Indian River County by having 90% of all students reading on grade level by the third grade. With me today in the studio is a local personality. We have Valencia-Tillery, who is the Vice President of Marketing for White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Torres. What a pleasure.
Thank you. You can call me Nivea.
Very well, then.
We're going to have a great dialogue. We're going to have a great dialogue today. So I want to share with our listeners and our viewers a little bit about you and your connection to the community.
Well, thank you. And it is a 30-minute show, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Though I've been here in Vero Beach since 2004, and I discovered it accidentally in the dead of the night, coming across State Road 60.
Wow.
Yes, and woke up the next morning and realized that with the blue tarps that surrounded a number of the buildings, that the town needed me and my services. So I came as a business owner, and I've never looked back, and I've never left. And now I'm blessed to work with White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery, and as VP of Marketing and Business Development, have the freedom to participate in a number of local organizations and really get the flexibility to take big steps in the leadership roles of those various organizations and groups so that, lots of things get accomplished.
Yes.
Because I do believe that sometimes it takes even the most busiest of people to get the job done. And having a lady at the helm is never a bad decision.
No.
Right?
Never.
And additionally, know that, when you really invest your time and energies into a good cause, good things come of it.
And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on the show, because as nonprofits, we really want to work very closely with our local business partners. There's certainly a lot of synergy that's important that in the end is going to contribute and benefit the entire community. And I know that
100%.
you're so passionate about that. And an example of that is you're part of the Better Business Bureau. You're part of the local chambers as well. That's something that's near and dear to you.
Oh, most certainly. In fact, being asked to serve on the board for the Better Business Bureau of Southeast Florida and the Caribbean was a complete honor. And we had the privilege of submitting for a Torch Award, which has been nationwide and internationally recognized for quite some time. However, they just launched the award program here in South Florida for the year of 2017. And they hosted the awards in 2018 as a reflection of the accomplishments of businesses in the year 2017. And White Glove Moving and Storage was honored to be the only moving company in history to have received the Torch Award for large business based on ethics and community involvement. And so they were so impressed by what we did and the fact that we are in the northern sector of the network that they asked us to come on board and serve, because we set such a high standard for what we believe should be appropriate business practices. And the chambers do just that, but on a much more local level. So both Indian River Chamber, Sebastian Chamber, we're incredibly active and take those roles seriously, because other small businesses oftentimes are independently owned. They might only be 1, 2, 3 people if they're lucky. And so it's important for them to know what's available and how they can properly message what their business does so that they can reap the results and the benefits. The community will support you if they know that you're there.
Exactly. Oh, definitely. Let's talk about something fun. So you've been selected as Miss Vero Centennial as Vero Beach turns 100. Woo! Talk to us about that.
Well, I am very proud to say that this is a distinct privilege, and I plan to not let anyone down in this 1-year commitment. And it's also quite a feather in the cap to say no one else will ever be Miss Vero Centennial, right?
Yes.
They might be a bicentennial or
right?
Tricentennial
That's
thereafter,
true.
but no one else will ever be Miss Vero Beach Centennial. So I am taking that honor and making sure that I do my best to represent the town we live in and what this past 100 years has accomplished and what we plan to accomplish moving forward. It certainly wasn't a beauty pageant or anything like that. It was an appointment by the city clerk and agreed upon by city council. Essentially, it's my ability with a microphone and way with the audience that got me the opportunity. And so there's a number of events on a monthly basis that we get to have small groups, large groups come out and support the various community events or businesses in their capacity for what the centennial means. So most recently, we just had the Keep Indian River Beautiful Awards. It's environmental awards, and they did a centennial twist that was really fun that highlighted economic development projects, environmental projects throughout the past 100 years that brought light to how our city has transformed. And as such, I was the mistress of ceremonies and was able to conduct it, make sure everything flowed beautifully, and put on a tiara and a sash to boot. It was rather fun.
That's wonderful. And do you have any upcoming events that you'd like to share with us in your capacity as Miss Vero?
So the business community treasure hunt is happening downtown throughout the month of March.
That in the paper, yeah.
Yes, and so winners will be selected on the 21st of March. So all you have to do is visit the Freemasons building downtown on 14th Avenue, and you can get the treasure map and you can see the businesses that are participating, and you need to at least make purchases from 2 of the businesses and bring in your proof of receipt, and you turn it in, and then there'll be drawings for several $100s in cash to the top 3 that are pulled. And so that's just a great way to show how you can support your local Main Street, your local businesses. And you got to think, circa 100 years ago, Main Street was where it was at for the city of Vero Beach. And so to revisit that, get back to our roots, that's really quite fun. Vero Heritage Aviation Day is coming up March 16th. And VeroBeach100.org is the website that divulges all of the information, what times, if there's weather instances that might change the date on anything. But certainly we're looking forward to the big crescendo, which will be October 26th. So it kicked off October 26th of 2018, and it will end October 26th of 2019 with a giant parade through the downtown streets, which will be epic.
That is awesome. So VeroBeach100.org or your local paper to get information.
Which I do supply a monthly column, the Centennial Celebration column. It's always that last Wednesday of the month to give you a precursor for what to anticipate the month thereafter.
Wonderful. Let's talk a little bit about White Glove and the services that you provide to the community. What can we expect if we call White Glove for any kind of service?
Absolutely, Nivea. Well, we participate with a number of local nonprofits to help with the heavy lifting. So that's one aspect of what we do when folks say, how can we utilize White Glove? And then, of course, let's face it, we've all moved at least once or twice.
Yes.
They say that the average adult moves 12 times in their life.
Really? No.
Yes. Yes. And so with that being said, at a certain point, we say, I am willing to hire the professionals to help with that. And as a result, that's what White Glove is here for. It's always a complimentary estimate. We do both local and nationwide moves as an agent with Beacon's Van Lines, bringing folks both into and out of the Sunshine State. Though I think a lot of what's overlooked that White Glove does in our own backyard is simply help get items home and help make sure that they get properly placed. So, you fall in love with something out at the outlet and it just simply doesn't fit in your car. That happens. It's commonplace. We get it to you. We assemble it. We place it in your home right where you want it. And that's something that we do for a number of local stores and customers. Festival of Trees is something that we participate with every year with Riverside Theater. And, those trees are gorgeous. They are ornately decorated by top designers throughout our area and full of glass and other incredibly fragile and delicate items. And when someone buys them, they want them distributed and brought to their home looking exactly as perfect as when they had purchased it. And that is the onus and responsibility of White Glove every year. So if anyone says, is this too difficult? No, darling, it just simply isn't. If we can do rotating glass reindeer and make sure that it's centralized focal point in your home, we can help with any move, big or small.
You just gave me pause as you describe one of the things that you do, and maybe it's just me. I had not thought about that. I mean, you can actually go into a store and say, that vase is just phenomenal. That painting would look great in my office. This is something that I want to take back. But sometimes you're held back from purchasing it because it's not going to fit in your car.
Certainly.
And what you're saying is you can actually call White Glove, and White Glove will
have
take
us
care
on speed
of that.
dial.
Yes,
I agree.
Absolutely.
Perfect example is this weekend is Under the Oaks. And so, you have artists coming from throughout the globe, truly, as well as visitors for that matter. And they fall in love with the piece, and, it might not be perfect for their Vero Beach home, or they might just be passing through, but they really want it. And so White Glove Moving and Pac Mail Beachside, as sister companies, for the past several years, have had an on-site setup just to help with those instances. So no one has to worry about the logistics. They can simply have what they want, and we make it happen right there at the show.
Well, and I want to talk about White Glove's involvement with the community and specifically with nonprofits. And you have really been instrumental in helping us at the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative with our 2 signature family events where we have over 2,000 people. Touch a Truck in October.
Yes.
And then the Roundup, which just happened February 23rd
with
at
the
the
fabulous
mall.
Centennial Spin.
Yes.
I loved what you did.
Fabulous Centennial Spin, and we gave books out with 100 words. But we could not have done that if we had not partnered with you and if you had not helped us. We're a small nonprofit. Moving, storage, these kinds of things are not necessarily things that you sometimes build into your budget.
Valid.
So when those things come up, being able to have that conversation with you is very helpful. And I know that you work with a number of nonprofits, right?
We certainly do. And I believe that there's always a fit for, if I may just be slightly biased, incredibly handsome, helpful men with muscle. There's always the opportunity for it to be a valuable asset. And oftentimes it is completely overlooked. And folks plan and put together these great events. And then as it comes down to the hour of commencement, whoa, how do we get this here, there, temporary storage, all of those things. So I've been able to really cultivate the relationships between White Glove and a number of local nonprofits, especially those that we can foresee an ongoing collaboration with, and make sure that they know that we're here for them and that we understand the logistics better than most, and that, between our qualified movers, between the array of trucks in our fleet and the several thousand square feet of climate controlled storage, there's something we can offer to bring additional value to the things that take a small village to put together, and certainly a community to make it, a real success. Let us help with some of that heavy lifting, and that's a great opportunity for us to show them what we do. Hopefully, be able to earn their praise, and perhaps be the first person they think of from board members on down to say, oh, when it's time to move, I'm going to utilize that team at White Glove.
So before we take a break, if folks want to get in touch with you, whether they're a nonprofit or they're just sitting at home thinking, oh, I'll be moving next month, any number to call or any website to check out?
Most certainly. Thank you, Nivea. It's whitegloveusa.com. Again, that's whitegloveusa.com. And 866-GLOVE-10 is an easy number to remember. And we're available all the time. And it's always a complimentary estimate. And we can always hash out some of the details and make it work for anyone's budget, really.
Excellent. So we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back.
At the Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, our vision is for every parent, regardless of income or zip code, to have the knowledge and tools they need to raise healthy children that are prepared for kindergarten. Our mission is to support our partners in developing a high-quality early childhood system that is family-centered. Our outreach and parent engagement specialists connect with families and build trusted relationships. KRC has chosen Fellsmere and Gifford as our 2 focus areas in Indian River County. Our Fellsmere office is located downtown in the City Annex, and our New Gifford office is located within Victory Park Apartments. Our administrative offices are now located adjacent to Healthy Start and Treasure Coast Community Health in Vero Beach. The Kindergarten Readiness Collaborative, developing a high-quality early childhood system for all children in Indian River County.
Welcome to Vero Beach Cleaning, a complete home and office cleaning service that fits your needs and attends to your specific special instructions. Call now to schedule your free in-home estimate at 772-564-7839 or contact us through verobeachcleaning.com. 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 verobeachcleaning.com.
Very funny, Stu. No kidding. I'm Donna Roberts-Mitchell, and Vero Beach Cleaning does my home every other week, and I love them. Vero Beach Cleaning.
It's fun for everyone. It's Audrey's Feed and Tack, a distinctive country and western emporium. Of course, they have high-quality feeds and hay for horse lovers and urban chicken farmers, but there's so much more to Audrey's. Explore for unique gifts you won't find anyplace else. A fun stop for visitors. Enjoy breakfast or lunch at Cafe 66. Locals know it's the best barbecue. And now Audrey's announces their boot and hat room upstairs. Scoot and boogie over there for the widest selection this side of the Big Lake. Audrey's Feed and Tack, Oslo and 66th Avenue.
Don't miss the Shrimp Fest and Craft Brew Hullabaloo March 15th, 16th, and 17th. A free, fun, 3-day family event in Sebastian. It's a shrimp cook-off with local restaurants and food trucks competing for the best dish. Taste local craft beer on Saturday from over 30 breweries. Lots of vendors and live music all day, every day. Funds raised support youth, sports activities, and the prevention of child abuse. Shrimp Fest, March 15th, 16th, and 17th at Riverview Park in Sebastian. ShrimpFestFL.com. Do you live in Florida? Did you know that you can easily help our oceans and estuaries by purchasing one of the Harbor Branch Oceanographic Institute Foundation's specialty license plates? For a nominal user fee, the Aquaculture plate, the Protect Florida Whales plate, the Protect Wild Dolphins plate, and the Save Our Seas plate generate donations that directly support critical scientific research, outreach, and education. Visit hboifoundation.org or contact the Indian River Tax Collector's Office for more information.
We're back to Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn. I'm your host, Nivea Torres, Executive Director of KRC. And with me today in the studio, we have a local personality, Anna Valencia-Tillery. Anna is the Vice President of Marketing for White Glove Moving, Storage, and Delivery. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. And I agree with that message. Every moment is an opportunity to learn.
Oh, thank you.
Indeed. Wonderfully well said.
Thank you. So let's talk a little bit about some of the events and the connections that White Glove has with the local community. I know that you sponsor a ladies' luncheon.
Yeah, thank you. The Vero Premier Women's Network, in fact, we're up for an award right now through the Florida Public Relations Association. It's an event that I really enjoy hosting. It's a very positive environment that encourages ladies to step out of their shell a bit and really highlight the services and businesses or events that they are bringing to the table for the local community. I have gals coming up from Martin County, even Palm Beach. I have ladies coming down from Melbourne. We averaged anywhere between 70 to 80 gals. It's always hosted at the Regency Independent Living off of 41st and Indian River Drive. It's delicious food, great networking, prizes, and we always have a speaker that focuses on women topics, 10 minutes of really dedicated learning Q&A, and I do my best to get the ladies in and out within an hour and a half.
Oh, that sounds great. And how can ladies get more information about this event?
Most certainly. We have a Facebook page, the Vero Premier Women's Network. We're about ready to launch our website and directory, so hopefully that will be live before our April luncheon. But it's always the second Friday of every month, and they can always find me personally on Facebook, Anna Valencia-Tillery, or email me at annav@whitegloveusa.net to RSVP or get more details and sign up to be part of our newsletter.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I will personally have to check that event out.
I hope so. You meet all my qualifications.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
You're a lady, and you represent a fantastic organization.
Thank you. Let's talk about the book drive. Now, you know that at KRC, we're very passionate about books and making sure that folks have a home library. We're very committed to that. And I know that you guys do that as well. Talk to us a little bit about your book drive.
So years ago, we fell into a opportunity to collaborate with Moonshot Moment, where, a fun fact, the average box of books weighs approximately 42 pounds. And so whenever you're using a box that is really not of good quality, that 42 pounds of books can just fall right through the bottom, by golly. Yeah. And so that was an ongoing issue, unfortunately, for Moonshot Moment. So we were happy to give them our top quality moving boxes and help with all the logistics. So we delivered to the various locations. We encouraged folks to fill it up with the box with books. And then we picked up those heavy boxes with dollies and were able to bring them back just to help replenish those gifts and those small libraries throughout the Moonshot Moments reach. And it was an honor. And, then kids read during this great pizza party. And it was just fun to get together with all the volunteers. And we're happy to lend a hand whenever we can.
Well, thank you for doing that as part of the Moonshot Moment. That is really important to us. And we need more and more business partners who understand the importance of early literacy and the importance of making sure that every child has a book in their hands.
1,000%. I read to my son every night still, and he'll be turning 13 this year.
Oh, that's wonderful. So talk to us a little bit about your favorite children's book. Anything that you can share.
I am the biggest fan of the Bernstein Bears. To this day, if I could meet Stan and Jan Bernstein, I would be over the moon. And that's not a moonshot pun either. I mean, I just would be. They have such great lessons to be learned.
They do.
And each book, the characters really come to life. You feel like you know them. I've collected every book in the series since I was a little girl, and I've passed on the tradition to my son. Indeed.
Do you have those books in your possession? So you've collected them, you have them, you're a collector.
I am a collector of all things Bernstein Bears.
Wow. It's funny you should say that, because growing up, I actually had a Bernstein Bears fitted sheet and bed set.
I'm so jealous.
As you described that, I'm sitting here smiling. It was like lime green, and I loved it.
With images of the tree house, and Brother Bear and Sister Bear.
Yes. It was one of my favorite things. So there you go. I was a fan as well.
Yeah, and I always loved the short little poem, if you will, that was in the front that just gave you a quick synopsis of what you should expect.
Yes.
And of course, once I started at White Glove, one of the first events that we sponsored was a Mother's Day event with the Buggy Bunch. And I had the opportunity to go up in front of, 100 mommies. And they said, what is your presentation going to be? So I brought with me my presentation from back then, which was Moving Day. With the Bernstein Bears.
Love it.
And so I read a small excerpt, and then when it got to the page where the moving truck came, I conveniently taped a White Glove moving truck to the page. Look at that. We were in we were in Bear Country.
You were.
That's right. White Glove really makes its rounds.
Oh, that's how wonderful is that? Thank you for sharing that. That's just great.
It is. And, we were just touching about my son, and I wanted to give a quick shout out, if I may, to PNC. We are PNC members, happy customers, and I personally love my virtual wallet. But what I really love from my son is his S is for savings account. And so now that he's coming, he's 12 years old and he can help manage some of his money, and we're big savers. He's able to see every month what he saves. He's able to, put monies aside visually online and see what he can save for, how close he is to his target number for that big purchase that he wants, which oftentimes I beat him to the punch and it's a birthday or a Christmas or something anyhow. But realistically, he gets to see it. And it's just an amazing tool for kids to become more versed with handling their own monies, because one day, I'm not going to be managing his money for him. And he's going to need to be able to do it on his own. So shout out to PNC.
Right. That is great. Thank you so much. PNC is our proud sponsor of Moonshot Radio. So thank you for saying that.
Absolutely. I've seen their images everywhere at Touch a Truck, of course.
Oh, yes, they are everywhere for Touch a Truck and for the Roundup as well. And I want to thank you for joining us today on Moonshot Radio, for White Glove's commitment to the community, for your support of local nonprofits. It truly makes a difference when we have a big project. And who do we call? we call white glove because you really believe in our mission, in our vision, and we really want to serve more families. So thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Before we say goodbye, I just want to remind folks that your show is here on Wednesdays, 5 p.m. on Planet Vero.
That's right, on your drive home.
So tune in.
Please do.
And until next time, this has been Moonshot Radio, where every moment is an opportunity to learn.